What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. We're going to be talking about high-risk situations that you as a rider will face. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I've singled out some situations that increase your risk while riding. Recognizing these problem scenarios before you encounter them can help you to be better prepared. Let's watch and learn what to do in these common motorcycle hazards. Strategies to minimize risks are developed over time, so let's go ahead and begin by making these strategies described in this video as an integral part of your subconscious so that you can automatically use them on every ride. So I split this video up into a two-part series. Next one's gonna be next Monday. This way you can digest it and go practice. Let's go ahead and jump into the first one. First one, roadway users, so other cars on the road. One of the most common traffic hazards you face as a motorcyclist is an oncoming driver who turns left across your lane at an intersection. These drivers are not out there to try and kill you. Most of them try their best not to get into a crash. Many drivers make poor decisions though. Most of the time it is because they make poor judgments on speed and on distance from the intersection or in the turn. You can help drivers see you better by making yourself as visible as possible. You need to do more than ride with your headlight on and wear high-vis gear. You must also use appropriate lane positioning so drivers can easily recognize your presence. Presenting yourself in a good lane position will increase your visibility. Another thing you can do is approach intersections at a speed that surrounding drivers can easily judge. If you ride toward intersections at high speeds, you can expect to have many close calls or a life-changing crash. So a good rider out there is not going to have a lot of close calls because they're going to see the hazards well ahead of time, make adjustments if they have to, and then evade or do all that other stuff. So guys, if you want to be a good rider, in terms of survival, then you need to start seeing things ahead of time. So the next one's going to be commuting, and this is one that we do all the time. Let's jump into it. Commuting to work seems to be the rite of passage of a motorcyclist. It can be extremely dangerous though. You're not the only one on the road trying to get somewhere quickly, everybody. Other drivers will be trying to get to work themselves as quickly as possible and will make terrible judgment calls when it comes to passing, lane position, or trying to enter intersections. The goal of the motorcycle rider should be to be seen. Use every lane position you possibly can so that you can be seen and so that you can maintain a space cushion away from vehicles around you. Try to stay away from other vehicle blind spots and practice pacing other vehicles to maintain your space cushion. Make sure to stay alert for the subtle cues of the erratic driver behavior. If this causes you to have too much anxiety or panic to travel to work, choose an alternate route with less traffic. It might take longer, but you'll enjoy your commute to work and then the rest of your day. That to me is huge. If you are going to work and you're stressed out, that's going to ruin your productivity. That's going to ruin everything that you're doing at work. You're stuck at 8 hours. The guy that cut you off or almost hit you, it's freaking you out. Now you're going to have to go home and you're going to have that same anxiety, and that's going to compound and make you a worse rider on the way home. And who knows, it could compound every single day. So guys, if you're starting to get anxious, you're riding outside your limits. Let's go ahead and take a different route or take a different time. Maybe at 7 a.m., it's a lot of traffic. Maybe go at 6:30, maybe there's gonna be a little bit of different traffic. Try different things or build up your limits, every single day. It's practice. Surface hazards is gonna be a massive one. This is one a lot of people ask questions about, gravel, dirt, debris, all that stuff. So we're gonna jump into that. Surface hazards can affect your steering, braking, or even trying to ride straight. This is why surface hazards are such a concern for motorcyclists. We see all the time people low-siding or crashing because of debris, such as sand or gravel is in their path. These types of hazards are most likely to appear near construction zones or at road edges and in intersections. We've all seen the common tar snakes, the construction plates, the railroad tracks, the fuel spills. The list can go on and on and on when it comes to anything other than the asphalt on the road. It is our job to spot these hazards so that we can minimize the risk they pose. The best way to manage these hazards is to just avoid them. We can't prevent every single risk, so we need to learn how to ride over them though. I have done a few videos on gravel and soft dirt roads. You might want to check those videos out. I've also done a few videos on how to ride over an obstacle like a 2x4, even a speed bump, and even a pothole. You might want to check those ones out too. Everything is going to be on the DDFM Crew website, ddfmcrew.com. If you find a surface hazard in the middle of a corner and you cannot avoid it, it's best to straighten the motorcycle and ride over slippery stuff. Then we get back into lean when you are once again on clean pavement. That way you'll minimize the risk of a slide. That's huge. A low side is not going to be fun, especially if you're going to slide into a barrier or oncoming traffic or off a cliff. So this is something very important. Moto Jitsu did a very good video on this. I'm going to do a timestamp of a specific video that he did where he's talking about visual acuity. I absolutely love how he demonstrated it. Check it out. So speeding, guys. This is number 4, and I'm going to go over some of this stuff, so don't leave yet. Speeding is one of the leading causes of a single vehicle motorcycle crashes. That is huge. It also doesn't help you when you are trying to avoid multiple vehicle collision. Like I talked about earlier during roadway users, making sure that you have an appropriate approach speed can help other car drivers judge you. Remember, it's not just about speeding as in you're going to crash. It's also going to help other roadway users see you because you're going the right speed limit. They can judge you a lot easier. Because motorcycles are narrower than cars and have only one headlight, it is more difficult to judge their speed when they are coming towards you. So the goal is to ride in a way that reduces risks without eliminating the fun. Riding around at the posted speed limit might not be the most fun, but this gives you the visual distance needed to avoid that car that is coming out of that side road. If you're speeding, your skills may not be adequate for that hazard. So what that means is that if you're speeding and you don't have your maximal braking skill up to par, you're going to crash into something. Maybe your swerving is not up to par at that speed. So let's scale back that speed. That way we can use the skills that we have at our level. I find it more fun to make it home in one piece, not to have a close call. I don't want to have to think about my ride and how I had that pucker factor for a couple days if I could just get home safely and just go on with my day. That's me. So on your next ride, I want you to practice your visual vigilance, okay? So I want you to see the hazards well ahead of time. Scan around like you're the Terminator. You're just constantly scanning. I want you to practice that. Let's develop our situational awareness and our vigilance when it comes to riding. That is what's going to keep us safe. And on top of that, let's develop our skills too. So if you want to have more information, there's a link in the first comment. It's going to be motorcycleridingtips.com. It's going to take you to the DDFMcrew.com website. It's going to take you to my Discord. It's going to take you to everything that you're going to need to get going. But remember, part 2 is coming out next week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you like this stuff, hit that notification bell button. It really helps out the channel because now you're gonna get notified of my videos every single day. All right, guys, with that said, I hope you ride safe and be safe, and check out this other video right here. I think that was good. I'm by myself, whatever.